Everyone, welcome to my channel. So in my previous video I showed you how to cut a shirt dress. In this tutorial I'm going to show you how to sew it. So if you've not watched that video, please go ahead and watch it. So we're going to place the front piece on the back piece, good sides facing each other, and we're going to sew the shoulders. After sewing it, we're going to move to the allowances that we left for the button. So we're going to fold in 0.25 inch. You can see as I'm folding it in, and we're going to place it on the part we notched, as you can see, and we're going to sew that all the way to the hemline on both sides. So you can see we've sewn it. This is one part of the front piece and this is the other part. We did this for both sides. So now we're going to cut the collar, but first we have to measure the neckline. So we're going to place the shirt dress like this, and we're going to measure around it like so. Just watch what I'm doing. We're going to measure around it. I got 23.5, so we're going to divide that 23.5 by 2, and that is 11.75. I'm going to draw a straight line. I'm going to measure 11.75, and I'm going to go up by 1 inch. This is the down part of the collar that we're going to be making because it's a two-piece collar. After going up by 1 inch, we're going to join the points together. Just look at what I'm doing. So now we're going to be measuring the neckline. The back neckline that we used in our previous video is 4 inches. So we're going to be marking 4 inches here. I'm going to join the points together. So I'm going to move to the other end and go up by 1 inch. I'm going to join this as well, and I'm going to join this point to this point with a curve. Just watch what I'm doing. This is to enable it lie beautifully on your neck. So I'm also joining this point to that other point. I'm making that place a bit curvier. So on this point, I'm going to go in by 0.75 inch, and I'm going to make a curvy end. I want that end to be curvy. After doing this, I'm going to cut. This is the down part of the collar. We are going to cut another part of the collar because this is a two-piece collar. So this is the down part collar. It is ready. So we're going to measure the up part of this collar to where that curve starts curving into the other side, and that is 11.25. So we're going to cut another piece of paper, and we're going to draw a straight line. We're going to subtract 1 inch from that 11.25, and we're going to get 10.25. We're subtracting 1 inch because the collar has to have allowances for the buttonhole. So the upper part has to be shorter than the down part. We're going to go up by 2 inches. And we're going to join the lines. We're going to join the points together. As you can see, we've joined the points together. Now we're going to make this part straight. So on this point, remember this point is supposed to be on fold. We're going to go up by 0.25 inch on that side, and then on this side we're going to go down by 0.25, and I'm going to join it to this point. Just watch what I'm doing. I'm going to join them to this point. So you can use freehand or you can use your ruler, but I'm going to use my ruler to make the lines clean and neat. I've joined the points together. So now we're going to be extending the upper part of this collar by 1 inch. So we're going to be marking 1 inch and we're going to extend it. Remember, look at what I'm doing. I slanted the ruler. So you have to slant your ruler for this. So I've extended it by 1 inch and I'm going to join that point to this point. Just watch what I'm doing. As you can see, this up part of the collar is ready and I'm going to cut it out. Just watch what I'm doing and how I'm cutting it. So the upper part and the down part of the collar is ready. The down part is 1 inch longer because you are going to be adding buttonholes there. So you are going to transfer this by cutting your fabric. Remember to add ½ an inch allowance. So as you can see, I've added ½ an inch allowance all around except the side that is supposed to be folded. I've also cut 2 pieces of it. You go ahead and sew your soft stay or hard gum stay depending on your personal preference on both pieces of the up collar and the down part of the collar. The down part of the collar, you go ahead and measure the midpoint. As you can see, the down part of the collar, you go ahead and measure the midpoint, and then you measure the midpoint of your back neckline as well. Remember, it's on this flat side, this straight side rather. You are going to apply this to the back side of your neckline. That is good sides facing each other. So you are going to align the midpoints together. The parts you've marked, you're going to align it and you're going to sew. You can see I've sewn this. I also left the ½ inch allowance that I added to the down part of the collar. So you're going to go ahead and sew the collar, the upper part of the collar, and then after sewing it, good sides facing each other, you are going to top stitch. So you can see I've done this here. I sewed it, good sides facing each other, turned it inside out, and then top stitched. So we're going to mark the midpoint of the down piece of the collar, and then the up piece of the collar, we're also going to mark the midpoint. Just watch what I'm doing. If you don't understand what I'm saying, just watch what I'm doing. This is the midpoint. On that side down part of the collar where there is a curve, we're going to place the midpoints together. We're going to align them, and we're going to sew with the ½ inch allowance that we added. So this is it after sewing. You can see our collar is already coming out beautifully. This is it after sewing. So we're going to place the second piece of the down part of the collar. We're going to align it with the first piece we sewed on. So you can see we're going to align it evenly, and we're going to pin this together, and then we'll also sew, taking note of the ½ inch allowance we added. Align it properly and then sew in the ½ an inch. You can see the ½ an inch extension there. You sew in the half an inch allowance all round. So this is it. We've sewn the ½ inch allowance that we added. So you go ahead and trim this so that it will not be bulky. You go ahead and trim this, and then you notch the curved areas. The parts that are curved, you notch them so that it can lie beautifully. So this is it. I've notched this curved area, and I've notched here as well. good side facing you, you are going to bring this point out, and then you are going to take in the 1/2 inch allowance that you added on that down part. You are going to align it to the previous seam. You can see the seam you are seeing right there. You're going to align it and you're going to top stitch all round. You can see I've done that. I've top stitched all round and my collar is ready. As you can see, it's very beautiful and it's neat. You're going to iron this. So you go ahead and add the sleeves to your shirt dress. I've added the sleeves. I added this like a cuff, but it's not really a cuff, it's just there for design. So I'm going to go ahead and sew the sides of the shirt dress. And I'm also going to hem the down part of the shirt dress. So now after doing that, this is a finished look. So we're going to be measuring a buttonhole that is 0.75. So you're going to apply that horizontally on the down part of the collar, measure 1 inch, you mark your 0.75 buttonhole, then you leave 2 inches again, you mark your 0.75 buttonhole, and then you leave 2 inches. You have to keep on doing this till to the end of the shirt dress, to the hem, and then towards the hemline you have to leave 4 inches so that you can walk. So after doing that, you are going to cut through your buttonholes. This is after making your buttonholes. You are going to cut through it. You are going to align this to the other part of your fabric. Please remember that your buttonholes, when your shirt dress is facing you like this, should be on the left hand side, but when you are wearing it, it will be on your right hand side. So you are going to mark through those cut out buttonholes, and that is where you are going to place your buttons. That's where you are going to sew your buttons. So you have to ensure you align it properly. This is the look. This is the finished look after aligning the buttonholes. So I've gone ahead and sewn the sides, I've fixed the buttonholes, and I've also sewed the hem of the shirt dress. I've also gone ahead and serged the inside to give it a more neat look, as you can see. Thanks for watching my video. Like, share and subscribe. Bye.